So hey everybody, um, I haven't done one of these in a couple of years actually. The last time I had a box like this arrive was when I got my Martin about 4 or 5 years ago. And I was super excited about it, and I did an unboxing video. Most of the videos I've done are just demos of guitars I've built and this pedal or that pedal, this set of pickups or whatever. This is not a regular thing for me. I don't have a big YouTube audience, but at any rate, I thought this was an interesting one because, you know, us guitar geeks, our loved ones don't always have it so easy because it's a mysterious world. If you don't play and you're not obsessed with this stuff, what are you supposed to know about this model of guitar versus that model, this pedal, that amp, etc., the minutia, the history, the Fender versus Gibson, PRS, and then the other brands and the import brands and it goes on and on and on. And so I have a birthday, a fairly significant birthday, one with a zero on the end of it. And my sweetheart's like, "Oh, honey, I want to get you a guitar." And I'm like, "Oh, that's wonderful. That's very sweet of you. But I got so many guitars. I don't really need a guitar. I got, I build guitars. So if I want to build a Telecaster with certain kind of pickups, which I really recently, I'm in the middle of completing a Telecaster with humbuckers and a mahogany body and a 12-inch radius, kind of a Gibson-y kind of Telecaster. I'll probably do a demo video of that when it's done. I think it's going to turn out great. But I didn't think, oh, I have to go out and buy a such and such model of Telecaster. I just built it. So when she said, "Oh, what can I get you?" And I thought, well, the kind of guitars I would get really kind of excited about would be prohibitively expensive, like stupid money. And I really don't believe in that. For me, I don't want to look like a blues lawyer. No offense, blues lawyers, but that's not, I'm into it for the music. I want to make music. I want to write songs, cool songs, and get the sounds I need and playability and make tunes. That's really what I'm excited about. But I said, well, let me think. One guitar I had years ago, I got it in 1990, and I sold it in 2017. But for about 10, 12 years, it was in active, regular rotation. It was really my first really good guitar. I came onto a deal for a late 70s Les Paul Custom, a black Les Paul Custom, gold hardware, really great guitar, except for two things. It had a maple fretboard. This was the years when Gibson was trying to mix it up and make rarity kind of rare bird kind of stuff, marketing a different look for, maybe they thought Fender's eating our lunch with maple fretboard, so we'll put out a Les Paul Custom. So it was black with this blonde fretboard, really unusual looking, but it had all the cool wear marks like Roy Buchanan. And I loved it. The other big downfall, though, the downtick was the weight. They say a Les Paul should only be, 10 pounds or under. 8 to 10 pounds is ideal. I weighed it once. It weighed 18 pounds. It was a backbreaker, and I literally had some back problems when I got older that prohibited me from really playing it standing up for extended periods of time. So you want to play a 45-minute set, you start feeling pain. So that's when I got into Telecasters and lighter guitars, and I went back to my love of Strats and all that. But I thought, you know what? It'd be cool to have a Gibson Les Paul Custom, a black Les Paul Custom like I once had. And so I did a little research. So, of course, we have to help our loved ones a little bit. They're not going to just come up with this gem of an idea on their own. And I'm not going to have her get a custom shop monstrosity and spend ridiculously stupid money. I don't need it. I can get that sound. I can make that music without the fancy guitar. But I found out that there's this line of Epiphones called Inspired by Gibson or something. And everything I found out about this guitar was like really interesting. Like, okay, well, when I see a lower price guitar, if I'm thinking about getting it, and when I have gotten them, I think, okay, that's fine. It looks cool. Probably going to be great. But I know where they skimp. They skimp on the wiring, the pots, the tuners, and the pickups. So probably one of those or all of those things will have to be replaced at some point for me to be happy with it, for it to stay in tune and have good tone and dynamics. So I started thinking, I don't want to get another project. I started doing the research. Well, this model has, guess what? Grover tuners, CTS pots, and apparently the pickups are not bad. These Pro Bucker pickups. So anyway, I'm going to unbox this now. This is my birthday present from my sweetie. And I can't wait to see it. Probably could be the last unboxing of my life, the way things have been going. Like I said, I'm not a big brand new guitar kind of a fella. Yeah, I went on, by the way, I went on Reverb looking for this model. Give you a little consumer tip. If you see something you like, just put it in your favorites. Chances are the dealer's going to send you a discount offer. And I think for this one, I was in the 20% off neighborhood. Okay, here it is. We got some bubble wrap. Always useful. Always reuse your bubble wrap, people. I'm going to back up here and open this up. Doesn't want to come out. Okay. Goodbye box. Save that for another. I sell a guitar and ship it. Now, of course, at this price, I don't think I'm getting a gig bag or a case, but that's fine because I already have a gig bag and a case. And here we go. It's wrapped in stuff. But I see a Les Paul in here. Yes, I do. Let's carefully pull this out. It's not too heavy, not too light. Oh my goodness, look at this. A little piece of cardboard. Whoa. Look at this. Look at this, baby. Styrofoam. And that, my friends, is the Epiphone Les Paul. You know what else I like about these new Epiphones? The headstock. You know that big, weird, ornate, big Epiphone headstock you see on like the Sheratons? Man, I don't know why. I just don't like it. It's got the cool diamond inlay like a Gibson. Even has a Les Paul custom truss rod cover. Isn't that pretty? Now I can see right away there's probably a few things I'm going to do on the pickup height. But man, the weight is really good. To keep all these reviews I've seen about the neck. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's in perfect tune. Not. All right, so I'm going to plug this in eventually. I'm going to give it a setup, probably put new strings on it. What are these, 9s? I do not play 9s on a Gibson scale length. I'll probably put a set of 11s on it, give it a setup, run it through some of my stuff, some of my amps, and yeah, I'll probably do a demo of this one because I think I might have a slightly different take on this. By the way, just as an aside, see that 335? That's a real Gibson custom shop guitar. I thought when I got one of those, I was all set. I spent a fair amount of money on it. I'd sold that Les Paul, and I took that money and I got that. I got it on Reverb. It wasn't brand new. I got it from a guy who had had it for a year or two. And I think the reason he didn't like it had a colossal neck. But the nut slots were cut too high. Couldn't get the strings to sit right. It was flubbing out on the upper frets. I tried everything, and then until I realized the Gibson Custom Shop hadn't cut the slots low enough. I hit the first fret, F sharp. The neck contour was crazy big. I couldn't get my thumb over the thing. It was nuts. Didn't care for the pickups he put in burst buckers. I don't recommend them for a 335. They're probably fine on a Les Paul or an SG, but I didn't care for them in the Les Paul. So I put Seth Lovers in there. I put an Emerson wiring kit. I put a bone nut on it with correct slot heights. The only thing that was okay was the tuners, but come on, Gibson Custom Shop. I'm not surprised they closed the Memphis factory. This one appears to be ready to go. We'll see. It looks like they cut this okay. But new guitar day. And yeah, that's where it's at. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing this birthday moment with me. And like I said, I'll have some more videos coming out soon. A couple of guitars I want to share with you and chat with you about them. And we'll hear some tones and some playing. All right then. Peace.